Tonight is expected to be full of fun, but just for the safety of the public, the Alachua County Sheriff's Office and UPD will be here tonight to monitor the show. Cars with Bluetooth capabilities like this one save the driver 4 to 10 seconds from having to find their phone and answer it. If the Plum Creek plan does go through, some residents like Maury are concerned that they'll not only lose the peace and quiet, but County Road 234 will lose its scenic highway status. Most of the people that have spoken seem to be addressing Commissioner Hutchinson directly. CARD has also developed these books that have food items for specific restaurants. So if somebody with an autism disorder has trouble communicating with somebody at the restaurant, it'll help them show what they want to order. Well, the baseball field was still intact, however, the netted batting cage area was almost destroyed. That's right, Connor. Those that are registered as independents or with minor parties need to change their affiliation very soon, or they won't be able to take part in the primary. Of course, there's no free lunch. UF students have prepaid through activity fees. Well, guys, not that I spend all my time thinking about eggnog and gingerbread, but I'm pretty sure my brain would light up like a Christmas tree. Well, the $10,000 will help provide a new video studio for middle and high school students. The terrorist group has released a kill list that includes names, addresses, and photos of U.S. service members. North Central Florida saw the heat index stay above 100 for most of the day. In the race for the White House, the talk today is about a private dinner this week in Washington where the topic was how to stop Donald Trump.
The ordinance requires any commercial business whose recyclables make up to 15% or more of their trash to participate in recycling programs. WUFT's Ashlyn Reese joins us now live in the newsroom. Ashlyn, what did you find out when you were looking around the city to see who's recycling?
Well, Marie, I stopped by Midtown to check and see if any of the bars were recycling. When employees at Cantina, Tattoo, and Copper Monkey were asked if they recycled, their employees said no. And they aren't the only bars that don't.
Of all places whose recyclables may make up a large percentage of their trash, bars are often at the top of the list. But employees of 5 Midtown bars told me they don't recycle all their materials, some not any. At Fat Daddy's and Rowdy Reptile, they only recycle their cardboard, not their cans and bottles.
We attempted to in the past. It failed miserably.
According to Coleman, his bars only recycle 20 to 30% of their recyclables.
The lack of resources provided by, I guess the city, but I mean, they do the best they can, and the space, we're not allowed to.
The lack of space Coleman is referring to is because his businesses, like many others in Midtown, back up to streets, leaving little place for the bins to be placed. He also shares a plaza with many different businesses, and they only have 3 dumpsters for them to all share.
There are 4 inspectors in the city, and each is assigned an area where they are expected to tell businesses if they are required to recycle. And there are financial consequences for those who don't.
The first citation is for $125. Repeat violations can be up to $500 each.
I pointed out to an inspector that some businesses have recycling bins but are not using them. According to Joplin, that inspector's boss, it is the responsibility of his inspectors to be proactive and seek out violations. But the inspector says he does not check businesses at the end of the night to make sure they are recycling. Joplin says he has no explanation as to why businesses who throw away up to 80% of their recyclables are not being inspected. He says the next step is to have his inspector visit this area multiple times in the next few weeks to see if these businesses do need to be recycling.
According to the Waste Alternatives Manager, Alachua County creates about 1 million pounds of trash per day, with recyclables included in that mix of trash. Recyclables that are thrown away become ineligible for reuse and are sent to Union County where they are buried. Reporting from the newsroom, Ashlyn Reese, WUFT News.
The gloomy atmosphere matches the mood. Off a dead-end dirt road near Bell, Florida, sits the house where the lives of 6 children were taken by their own grandfather. 1 year ago, Dawn Spirit shot them all. No one escaped. When deputies arrived, they found Sarah Spirit's body outside, and as they tracked her dad moving to the backyard, they heard his final shot.
Well, being one of the first ones to be on scene and being at the scene and going inside, I mean, it's still as clear as it was back, a year ago.
Others later said Dawn Spirit was refusing to take his bipolar meds, was smoking spice those days, and was angry his daughter might be involved with drugs and prostitution.
Aside from this no trespassing sign right here, there are no postings that say the house is for sale, and so far we haven't seen any movement inside the house. However, if you look over here, there is still the police caution tape that's left here a year after the crime.
1 year later, everyone remembers that tragic day, but few want to talk about it.
I just remember being at a baseball practice, and a friend of mine was coming to baseball from that way, and we know a guy around here, he's a cop, and he came flying through Bell, and that's when everybody had found out about it.
One neighbor who declined to go on camera told me that the shooting is a tragedy that needs to be left in the past.
WUFT's Ashlyn Reese shows us how to get two boxers who are getting ready for the biggest fight of the year.
Sweat, dedication, hard work. With only a few days left until the United States Intercollegiate Boxing Association National Championship, these are some things the fighters behind the warehouse doors of Gladden's Boxing Club know a lot about.
Confident yet not cocky.
That's the attitude Laura Drondowski has going into the championship to defend her title. Drondowski will be fighting at 132 pounds in the novice category, one division weight class up from the beginner class she fought in last year.
As you get closer and closer to a fight, you tend to focus more on technical things. We probably train, in the past month or so, we've probably trained almost every day.
The tournament is 3 days long and will be held in California. The rules are simple. If you lose, you're out.
I expect Laura to win a national championship again. Her skill level is really phenomenal. I mean, she's a terrific athlete.
King also has 3 men heading to California as well. Among them, another fighter he believes can bring home a title.
It's like a roller coaster, you're like, yeah, you're super confident, I'm gonna kill this guy, and you're like, oh my god, this guy's gonna kill me, what am I gonna do?
At the championship, King says there's not much he can do but to provide psychological help to his fighters.
Now during the championship, King will be in his fighter's corner, which means he's there to spray them down, give them water, and provide them with tips on how to do better in the next round.
Going into the fight, nerves may catch hold of the fighters, but Belisario likes to remember that the challenge is why he got started in the first place.
Just funny thing, I watched Rocky, and I said, that's exactly what I want to do. There's this guy who's just getting beat up, bleeding all over the place, but he's just keep moving forward, This guy's just, no matter how hard it is, he just keeps moving forward, and that's what I want to do, That's the kind of person I want to be.
Ashlyn Reese, WUFT News.